friendship in the later years. Have you ever noticed how, as the years pass, the meaning of friendship quietly changes? In our younger days, friends were everywhere. Neighbors we chatted with every morning. Colleagues we laughed with over lunch. People we called just to share the smallest stories. Friendship back then was easy, spontaneous, full of energy. But time, as it always does, reshapes everything. We move, we lose touch, we grow older, and the circle that once felt wide and full begins to narrow. And yet, something beautiful happens. Those who remain, those few souls who still reach out, who still remember, become infinitely more precious. Because at this stage of life, friendship isn't about how many people you know. It's about how deeply you are known. When we were young, friendship was often built on shared experiences, adventures, excitement, fun. Now, it's built on shared understanding. A true friend, in the later years, is not the one who always agrees with you, or even the one who's always around. It's the one who understands your silence, the one who can sense how you feel from a single glance, the one who doesn't need explanations, because they've walked beside you long enough to know your heart. There's a special peace in that kind of friendship. It's quieter, gentler, and in some ways, holier. Because in a world that moves fast, two souls who still choose to slow down together, to truly be present for one another, that's sacred. I often think about how friendship changes with time. When we were young, we made friends because of what we had in common. The same school, the same neighborhood, the same dreams. But as we age, friendship grows beyond that. It's no longer about similar interests. It's about shared compassion. We might come from different paths, have different routines, even different health conditions. But we understand one another's struggles more deeply now, because we've been there. We know what it means to lose someone we love. We know what it feels like to wake up one morning and realize that youth has quietly slipped away. And yet, when we find a friend who listens, who laughs, who still believes in joy, it feels like a gift from life itself. There's something profoundly healing about talking to an old friend, someone who's known you for 50 years, who remembers the version of you that you sometimes forget. They remember your laughter when you were 25, your courage when you took that first big leap, your heartbreak, your hope. When you meet them, even after years apart, it's as if no time has passed. The conversation flows naturally. The comfort returns instantly. And you realize, true friendship is not measured by how often you talk, but by how easily you can reconnect when you do. That's one of the quiet miracles of getting older. We begin to value presence over performance. We stop needing our friends to be perfect, and we start appreciating them simply for being there. Many people don't talk about this, but loneliness is one of the heaviest weights of aging. As children grow up and move away, as work fades into retirement, and as loved ones pass on, the days can sometimes feel long and quiet. But friendship, even just one steady, loving friendship, can soften that silence. It gives structure to our days, warmth to our hearts, and meaning to our memories. Studies show that maintaining friendships in later life lowers stress, boosts memory, and even strengthens the immune system. But beyond science, there's something more important. Friendship reminds us that we still matter. Because when someone calls just to ask, "How are you feeling today?" and it tells you you're still part of someone's world, and that feeling that you are remembered is one of life's purest joys. I remember hearing a story about two old men who met every morning at the same park bench, rain or shine. They'd sit there for an hour watching the ducks and talking about everything and nothing. They had known each other since their 20s. One day, one of them passed away. The next morning, the other man still went to the park. He sat on the same bench alone and whispered, "Morning, my friend." He did this every day for years. When someone asked him why, he said, "Because friendship doesn't end when someone's gone. It just changes the way it looks." There's such truth in that. Our friends become part of us, Even when they're no longer here physically, their presence stays in our stories, in our laughter, in the little habits we can't seem to let go of. Sometimes I think heaven isn't far away at all. It's right here, in the love that continues to connect us across time and memory. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you might sometimes wonder, how do I make new friends now? Everyone seems busy or distant, or living their own life. It's a common feeling. And yet, it's never too late to build connection again, because friendship doesn't depend on youth, it depends on openness. You can find companionship in the most ordinary moments, in a neighbor you greet each morning, in a volunteer group that meets on Tuesdays, in a community garden where hands touch the same soil, or even in a simple phone call with someone you haven't spoken to in years. All it takes is one small gesture, one genuine effort to reach out. You might think, what if they don't remember me? Or what if they're not interested? But what if they're thinking the exact same thing? Sometimes two hearts wait for each other, in silence, for far too long. Be the one who breaks that silence. Pick up the phone. Send the message, say, I was thinking of you. That small act can reopen a door that time had quietly closed to friendship in later life. Also teaches us patience. We learn to understand that everyone carries their own challenges. Some days, a friend might not reply because they're unwell or tired or simply overwhelmed. But mature friendship doesn't keep score. It trusts, it waits, it forgives. Because when you've walked beside someone through decades of joy and loss, you realize that love, even in friendship, is not about perfection. It's about presence, and presence doesn't always mean constant contact. Sometimes it's just knowing that someone, somewhere, still holds you in their thoughts. That kind of friendship is steady, like an old oak tree, rooted deep, unshaken by seasons. Another beautiful thing about aging is that friendship becomes less about doing and more about being. In our younger years, friendship meant going out, planning things, staying busy. Now, it often means sitting together in silence, sharing a cup of tea, and feeling completely understood. When you reach this stage, you begin to realize silence with a true friend is never empty. It's full of peace. That's because mature friendship is built not just on laughter, but on shared quiet. You don't need to fill the air with words. Your hearts already know what the other feels, and that perhaps is the highest form of companionship. There's also a deep wisdom that comes with the friendships of older age, the wisdom of acceptance. When you've lived long enough, you begin to see people differently. You realize everyone is fighting their own invisible battles. So you become softer, gentler. You stop judging so quickly and you start forgiving more easily. That kindness changes everything. The truth is, the more we age, the more we crave kindness, not just from others, but from ourselves. And friendships remind us of that kindness. They mirror back our best selves. They remind us that even after mistakes and regrets, we are still worthy of love and belonging. Some people think that friendship belongs to the young, that it's a thing of college, days and busy social lives, but I think it belongs even more to the old. Because now, we understand what it really means. We've seen enough to know that friends are not just company. They are medicine. Medicine for the spirit, for the loneliness that sometimes lingers in quiet afternoons. You can't buy that medicine. You can only earn it by caring, by listening, by showing up again and again. Even a 5-minute chat can change the color of someone's day. Sometimes, just hearing a friend's voice can bring light to a dark morning. That's the power of presence. Gentle, unhurried, real. If you have an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, think of them now. Maybe you lost touch after moving away. Maybe life simply got busy. But that bond you shared, it's still there. Waiting quietly. Why not write them a letter? Or call just to say hello? You don't need a reason. Friendship doesn't require a reason. It only needs a moment of sincerity. And if you're lucky enough to still have a close friend in your life, cherish them, tell them what they mean to you. Don't wait for birthdays or special occasions. Say it now. I'm grateful for you. You've made my life brighter. Thank you for walking this journey with me. You never know how much those words might mean to someone who's been quietly wondering if they still matter. And sometimes, friendship doesn't look the way it used to. It might come in the form of a younger neighbor who checks in on you, or a kind woman at the market who always remembers your name, or even an online friend who listens from across the world. The form changes, but the feeling stays the same. It's still connection. It's still belonging. It's still love, in one of its gentlest forms, because love at its core has many shapes, and friendship is one of its most enduring ones. I once met a woman in her 80s who told me, "You know, my friends are my vitamins." I laughed, and she continued, "When I spend time with them, I feel stronger. I sleep better. I even forget about my pain." And it's true. There's a vitality in laughter shared with people who've known you for years. There's healing in being understood without explanation. Every coffee shared, every memory revisited, every inside joke retold. They're like tiny doses of joy that keep us alive inside. That's why, even when life feels quieter, we must never stop seeking connection. Because it's not just good for the heart, it is the heart. And perhaps that's what aging gracefully really means. Not holding on to youth, but holding on to warmth. Holding on to the love we've built and letting it guide us through every new morning. As the years pass, we begin to see that friendship is not measured in time, but in tenderness. Not in how often we talk, but in how deeply we care. True friendship doesn't fade with wrinkles or distance. It only deepens, like a well that grows richer with every drop of rain. Friendship becomes our quiet source of strength. So, if you're listening to this and thinking about a friend, someone who once meant the world to you, take this as a sign. Reach out, say hello. Even if it's been years, even if you're unsure what to say something. Because friendship, like a garden, blooms again when we tend to it. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs care. And in caring for others, we also care for ourselves. We remind our own hearts that connection is still possible, still real, still healing. One day, many years from now, someone might sit by a window and think of you and smile. Because you were there, friend. Because you showed up. Because your kindness left a mark that time could not erase. That's the quiet legacy of friendship, not fame, not riches, not achievements, but the gentle footprints of love left on someone's soul. So tonight, before you go to bed, think of the friends who've walked with you through this life, those who are still here, and those who've gone ahead. Whisper a thank you, and maybe, if your heart feels called, whisper a prayer for them too. Because every friendship, no matter how long or short, is a thread in the tapestry of our days. And when we look back, it's those threads that make life beautiful. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. If this message touched your heart, please share it with someone who might need a reminder that they are not alone. And if you'd like to keep walking this path of gentle reflection together, subscribe to Elder Wisdom, where every story honors the beauty, dignity, and grace of aging with heart. Until next time, take care of yourself and of your friendships, because they are, and always will be, one of life's greatest blessings.